Have you ever scrolled through social media and you ever wondered, are people really thinking about what they're saying? Or are they just trying to stir things up? I'm talking about posts that sound good on the surface, but they collapse the moment you put any thought into it about the consequences of what they said. This is Brian with Redefined Life, and today we're digging into the dangerous directions our culture is heading, where accountability is gone and truth doesn't matter. This next generation is being shaped by these slogans instead of reality. Stay with me to the end if you would. We're going to talk about what this really means for society and also for us Christians. You see, there's a problem with these shallow slogans that people post. I recently saw a viral post and it said this: I'm allowed to do what's best for me, even if it upsets people. And it was scary. There's tens of thousands of people that agreed with it, put their little comments in there. Now, at first glance, that kind of sounds empowering, but think about it for a second. What if what's best for me is taking your food? Is that right? Should I not care if it makes you mad? If what's best for me is stealing your car, does that suddenly make it acceptable? Now, these are kind of extreme, but I hope you can get the point. Of course this stuff isn't right. But that statement collapses under the weight of reality. But here's the bigger problem. Our society doesn't slow down to ask those questions anymore. People don't critically think. People just click, they like, they share, they move on, put their little comment on there. It's emotional, it feels good, but it's selfish, and it's very dangerous. So why this is so dangerous, you might ask? Well, this just isn't about shallow thinking. It's about a cultural shift that's eroding the foundations of our morality. When thousands of people cheer on the idea of me first, forget everybody else, you no longer have a society, you have chaos. Law and order. If everybody is only doing what's best for them, then the rule of law means nothing. Justice breaks down. Relationships, families, marriages, friendships, they can't survive if everybody prioritizes themselves over everybody else. Policies in government, well, we see this today. Leaders begin to govern for their self-interest or popularity, but not the truth. It's all over the news. The loudest voices win, but not the wisest. There's a generational impact. Children grow up believing that truth is optional. Morality is subjective and accountability is this old-fashioned idea. It isn't just ignorance, it's the groundwork for a society where rights and freedoms collapse under the weight of selfishness. Then you throw this digital fuel on the fire. You add technology to the mix. AI-generated images, fake videos, and edited documents, they're everywhere. It's getting harder to know what's real. I have to check everything anymore. And when people already don't think very deeply or critically about anything, they're even more likely to be deceived. I saw an AI image that was generated and was posted on one of the groups I'm on Facebook, and there were thousands of people commenting on it, and I posted on there that this was an AI generated image, and everybody kind of jumped on me a little bit. So I zoomed in and I showed a little on the, you can tell on AI generated images that the text is always off a little bit. It's always a little goofy there. And I showed them in there where that was a telltale sign that it was an AI generated image and that it was fake, but people didn't want to believe it. And that's the real danger. It takes almost nothing to make somebody disbelieve the truth. Almost nothing. But the real scary part is how much mountains of evidence it takes to somebody to actually believe the truth. That's why these conspiracy theories spread faster than facts. That's why people don't trust anything anymore. And that mistrust, combined with selfishness, is like pouring gasoline on a cultural division. There's a huge cost, though, to no accountability. Think about where this really leads. If truth doesn't matter, if accountability doesn't matter, then history can be rewritten to fit whatever narrative that sounds good. And who controls the narrative controls what everybody sees, what everybody believes. Schools can reshape lessons to fit an agenda. Media amplify what is convenient, not what is true and right. We see it all the time. And when there are no hard copies moving into this digital age, no preserved records, no objective truth to go back on, society become very malleable. And whoever controls that narrative, again, controls what people think. That's not freedom, it's manipulation. So, what Christians must do in this time? Well, that's a good question. This is why Christians must not compromise on the truth. We're not just protecting our doctrine, we're protecting society from collapse. Parents, you need to know what's being taught in your schools, what laws are being passed. Believers, you need to stand on biblical truth, even if it's unpopular. Communities, you need to push back against the idea that life is all about self. Because once truth is gone, once accountability disappears, there's no foundation left at all. We're watching a generation that's shaped by these memes and mantras that all sound good, but they destroy culture if they're lived out. That's why we need to ask the question. Ask people, do you really mean what you said? Have you thought through the consequences of what you said? What if everybody lived that way? If this video spoke to you, share it, like it, send it to somebody that might need to hear it. Consider subscribing to the channel. Let's keep standing on truth together. Thanks for watching. This is Brian with Redefined Life.